I want to welcome you guys firstly to the celebration of reaching 5,000 subscribers on the channel. This is a video of just us having a conversation. You guys wanted to do a Q&A, maybe to get to know me a little bit better if you're new to the channel. We've gotten a lot of growth over the past 2 months in particular, and this could be a good time to get to know who I am, when I started, and things like that. So we're going to be answering your questions. This is an achievement that I didn't think I would get, and quite frankly, I'll go a little bit deeper into that towards the latter part of the video. For the first question on the Q&A, we are going to be answering Pickle Dude FN781, who asked, who is your favorite Modern Warfare reboot character? And honestly, I was talking to my wife yesterday about this, and I was having a tough time picking who my favorite was. Now, Alex Keller was up there just due to his performance in the first Modern Warfare in 2019, but the way his character has gone afterwards kind of took him out of the running. But he was one of those characters that I really enjoyed. But the top two picks are Captain Price or Commander Philip Graves. It is absolutely one of those two, and it is extremely really hard for me to choose who is my favorite. Gun to my head, had to choose right now, I think I'd say Commander Graves.
You are one dumb son of a bitch.
I think Commander Graves might be my favorite. I'll do Commander Graves today. And then the second one comes from Jesus Parra 8367, my fault. What inspired you to make YouTube videos, and what made you hook on Call of Duty? So that's a great question, and it's actually one that is very easy, I think, to answer. The person that inspired me to make YouTube videos has to be Hollow or Hollow Point, 100%, because Hollow is a down-to-earth, awesome, grindy YouTuber, stays out of the drama, does his thing, and is consistent. And I loved it. You know, when the pandemic hit, I had watched Hollow beforehand. I'd watched him before the pandemic, but during the years leading up to the pandemic, his content became Let's Plays. And I loved watching his Let's Plays for games that I just didn't want to buy, or I was kind of falling out of love with story games, to be honest. But he hooked me back in with his Let's Plays. It was just so fun to see him experience all these different games. And I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I would love to start playing more story games again. So I did. I started buying different games, started playing them. If he played something, I would play it as well, and I was enjoying it. But I started watching his vlogs from the earlier years, and when he was doing more vlog type content, and I could see the background, the behind the scenes, how he was with his wife, how they would work and talk together, how he would build his gaming setup, and all these things, man. And in some of those videos, he was very encouraging, like to other people, saying, hey, you know what, if you have a dream, chase it, this and that. So Hollow really inspired me to make YouTube videos. And after that initial inspiration, I kind of thought, you know what, maybe I can do this too. Maybe I can give it a shot. And that's why I started my channel back in 2020, and I started as a Let's Play channel. But we can go deeper into that another time. So yeah, who inspired me to make YouTube videos? Hollow Point. He inspired me to make and start the YouTube channel. So the second part of your question is, what made you hooked on Call of Duty? To be quite honest with you, for years I had been doing Let's Plays, and Let's Talk About It was the other series that I had on the channel. We cover gaming news. I've thrown a lot of things to see what sticks. I've seen videos about choosing niches, doing this, doing that, but I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, and if something doesn't work out, then I'll try again. I want to know what works, and I love telling stories. I realized that I love telling the stories and playing games with you guys. So I ended up doing little Call of Duty videos in the similar way that I was doing every other video. But if you notice, if you look back a couple months back on the channel, we're covering The Wolf Among Us, we're covering Spider-Man, we're covering God of War, The Last of Us, we're covering Wolverine, everything. Because I wanted to just cover everything. But Call of Duty was a world unexplored, at least for me, in my personal view, of like stories and certain topics about the campaign. I love the campaign. So I thought, let me try to do some Call of Duty stuff. And then it started hitting. You guys started loving it. It started growing the channel. And it just clicked, and now Call of Duty has really made the channel blow up more and grow. And because of it, I want to continue to do that because I enjoy Call of Duty. There's so many unexplored games for me that I can look at and bring so much content for you guys out that it's easy for me to do Call of Duty and enjoy it and have fun. Do I still want to do other stuff? Absolutely. But for right now, Call of Duty is giving me a lot and giving me an opportunity to truly grow and build an audience, and that's why I'm really hooked on Call of Duty. And for our third question, we have Link Studios, who says Black Ops or the original Modern Warfare. This one is a toughie, but I'm going to say Black Ops for now. I'm not going to tell you guys why, but I'm going to say Black Ops for now. Question number 4 comes from Duvedino7033. Will you do the complete story of all the main characters in the Call of Duty series? It is a humongous task to do all of the main characters in the Call of Duty series, but that is the goal. I will hopefully eventually get to every single one. So yes, I plan to do all of them from all the games whenever I get the chance. I want to do that, yes. And then Joker1010 has question number 5, I believe, who is, what is your favorite part about running this channel? To be quite honest with you, favorite part about running the channel is uploading something and you guys reacting to it, seeing people click it, seeing people like it, the comments. I think it's ridiculously insane that I am creating something that you guys are enjoying or seem to enjoy. And I think seeing your reactions is one of my favorite things about running the channel. But to be specific, I love making thumbnails. Thumbnails is something that I can do for hours and hours and hours. Listening to a podcast, listening to a song, and just working on thumbnails. I love making thumbnails for the channel. And then Dayan Pahavan8279 asked the question of, what had to be your favorite Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2 reboot missions, and what has to be your thoughts on Life is Strange and even the Resident Evil remakes, and your favorite Call of Duty, especially since I would like to hear your opinion on Rose. Well, to be quite honest with you, I think I said that a lot. Well, to be quite honest with you, my favorite Call of Duty mission for the 1 and 2 reboot, this is such an easy pick, but it has to be Clean House. I absolutely adored Clean House. I experienced Clean House like for the first time. I hadn't seen any videos of it. I wasn't following Call of Duty. I wasn't playing it. I didn't play the campaign the first time around. So when I played Clean House, I thought, holy shit, what is this? Like, this is an awesome mission. But I also love the one in Modern Warfare 2019 where we catch the wolf in the hospital. That's a really, really good mission. And it really puts you in the middle of a war zone. And that's a mission that I can play over and over again. I truly enjoy those missions in particular. What are my thoughts on Life is Strange? To be quite honest, not much. I haven't really played too much of them. The only Life is Strange that I played is True Colors. I actually did a Let's Play on here, and I had a blast with True Colors. It was really good. I enjoyed the story. And the Resident Evil remakes, you've kind of heard my thoughts a little bit on that already. I love them because they reintroduce this world to new gamers, new generations, modern audiences, and I love the Resident Evil remakes. I really, really do. And Mannequin asked me, do you think Mason is actually dead in Black Ops 6? Short answer is no. I don't think he's actually dead. I know that people were saying that Treyarch confirmed it, the devs confirmed it, but that has to be like it has to be a fake out. I don't believe it. I don't believe it yet. When Black Ops 6 come out, we'll see what happens. But no, I don't think that Mason is actually dead, irregardless of what the devs actually say. And Solecito, which is actually my baby sister, says, do you ever think you would make it this far? Truth be told, I did not. I did not. I tried for a really, really long time to make this thing work, and I uploaded consistently for a year straight. I uploaded every single day. That's why I have over 900 videos unlisted, Let's Plays on many different games, many different times, and they just weren't sticking. And at some point I ended up quitting. And it wasn't because of the failures of this. It was just, life, my marriage, and my work. Obviously, you have all these things that are way more important than, pursuing something like YouTube. So I ended up just telling myself, hey, you know what? This might not be it for me anymore. So I took my whole gaming setup apart. I took everything apart, but I was pulled back in. My wife encouraged me to continue, and that very same day when I came back home from work, I set everything back up and we continued the journey, and now we're here. I did not think I would make it this far. Dirty Lewis 169 asks, where did your name come from? Does it have something to do with Game of Thrones? My name came from a very stupid place. Brandwolf was, for some reason, I was looking to make a new email a couple of years ago, and I thought, my name is Brandon, so I thought Brand, okay, we'll use like part of my name. And then for some odd reason, I chose Wolf. It's not like I love wolves. Like, wolves are cool, but like if I had to choose like a favorite animal, maybe it'd be like a lion or like an ancient animal, a saber-tooth. Wolves are really, really dope though. But it's not, I don't know why I went with Brand Wolf. So it has nothing to do with Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't even know what the connection would be there. But Brand Wolf just randomly came one day. It has no meaning whatsoever. And if I could go back and change it, I might have chosen a different name. And El Elegante 83 asks, who's the best sniper you know on Call of Duty? Personally, the best sniper that I know on Call of Duty is himself. That's my uncle. Evelyn G.A. asked me, do you have people around you who support you, or this is a secret? I have a big support group around me. My wife is my number one supporter, my number one helper, my number one encourager, and she's been very understanding and helpful throughout this whole process and this whole thing. And we're seeing some fruits from the labor that I've put in, and she's put in with me and helped. My sisters, my family, my father, my uncle, my mom, everyone is very supportive of this, to be quite honest with you. It's a crazy thing, but they're very, very supportive. So I appreciate every single one of them. Destiny Hassani, which is my other sister, says, hey bro, congrats on the 5,000. What has been the best game that I have covered so far? This one is crazy hard because it's not any Call of Duty game. It has to be between The Witcher, The Last of Us, or God of War, because I love these games tremendously, and my favorite game of all time is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. But what has been my favorite that I've covered here on the channel, it would have to be God of War, because God of War was a project that took me 3 to 4 weeks to complete, and I went through the entirety of the franchise, playing the very first game to the most newest game, reading comics, putting it together, and I had a blast. It was so hard, so tough, and so fun to play that I love God of War, and I've loved it since I was a kid. And now being a grown adult and replaying everything and putting a video together for you guys and coming up with a 7-hour story so far video was mind-blowing, and it was one of the absolute best videos that I have ever worked on, and personally my favorite video ever. And I think for the final question here is from Ryu G64, who asks, how many hours of sleep do you get on average? To be quite honest, and I've said that a lot, I can't believe I've said it, to be quite honest. If you guys are old enough, take a shot every time I said to be quite honest, and see if you get a little tipsy. But how many hours of sleep do I get on average? I'd like to say that I usually go to bed around 12:30 to 1:30, and I'm usually up by 7:15 to 8:30. Maybe I'd say about 7 hours of sleep, maybe. I want to sleep more, but I think that's about how much I get, and I think that's fair, and that's good, because I've worked in some fields that I don't want to work in again. So I think waking up at that time and getting to work on this is awesome, and I enjoy doing it. And I believe, guys, that's all the questions that we have for today's video and for today's Q&A. I'm going to try to leave this as raw as possible so you guys can kind of get my full thoughts on some of these questions. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want to do more Q&As, more things like that, you can always leave more comments down below, and we could do something if you enjoyed it. Our next celebration milestone could be a 10,000 Q&A, so we could do more questions for when we hit that, and you can leave those comments down below on this video. I want to say thank you to every single one of you that has subscribed, that has watched, that comments, that actually enjoys the video, that gives constructive criticism. It's awesome, a blessing, and I know that 5,000 may not be the craziest number, but it's still a lot of people, man. And I promise you, I never thought that I'd hit 5K. I remember being at 100 subscribers, at 200, at 25, at 40, seeing 1 view, 0 views, 15 views, 10 views, 7 views for over a year. Seeing, other people that had videos up and they had like 3K, or they had 500 subscribers or 800 subscribers. And I was like, man, why can't that be me? And now I'm sitting at 5,000 and growing, and we're making money, which is crazy. Like, I never thought we'd actually even make money doing this, but it's amazing. And I've really avoided being happy for the milestones that I've hit. It was great that I hit 1,000, but it's like, keep your head down and keep pushing. It was great 2K, 3K, 4K, but keep your head down and keep pushing. And that's how my mentality has been, because, best way to put it is proud but never satisfied. Where does that come from? Alphalete, Christian Guzman. He says that, and it's true. Proud but never satisfied. I'm very proud to hit certain milestones, but not satisfied. Not yet. We got to go for more. And to be quite honest, there you go again, another shot. I think when I hit 5K, it was the best feeling that I've ever gotten on YouTube, and it was hard to continue with the proud but not satisfied, because I was like, wow, I can't believe I hit this, and It was emotional and it was good and it was awesome. And my wife surprised me that day alongside with my family by getting me like a cake and some balloons. I said 5K, and it was really the thought that counted. Just because we don't do those things sometimes, and we're men, and we don't show too much emotion and whatnot, and that was very sweet, and it was very nice, and I thanked her heavily for that, and it kind of put into a physical feel all the work that we've been doing, because me and her together have been doing this work. It hasn't just been me working on the channel. We've made work on this together, and it's been awesome. So a special thanks to her, and a special thanks to all of you guys for watching and being here. That is it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.